It was meant to be a glossy, triumphant moment, a Netflix-backed culinary lifestyle show blending social activism with celebrity flair. But instead of praise, Meghan Markle's much-hyped Cookx show took a brutal public beating after investigative journalist Carole Cadwallader and satirical heavyweight Jon Stewart tore into its core on live broadcast. What unfolded wasn't just a review, it was a public unraveling. Both figures, respected in their fields for being unflinchingly honest, labeled the show a vanity project and a hollow performance of empathy, triggering an immediate storm of backlash and, reportedly, an explosive reaction from Meghan behind closed doors. The episode aired as part of Stewart's special panel on performative activism in media. Cadwallader, known for her fearless reporting on politics and disinformation, didn't mince her words. Cookx doesn't serve the communities it claims to champion. It serves Markle's brand, nothing more. She cited the glaring absence of real culinary professionals and the presence of hand-picked influencers whose only qualification was their Instagram aesthetic. Stewart echoed her skepticism, joking that the show had all the depth of a Whole Foods brochure with the authenticity of a plastic crown. The audience laughed. Meghan, reportedly, did not. This public takedown marks a dangerous turning point in Meghan Markle's already fragile relationship with credibility. Since leaving royal duties in 2020, the Duchess of Sussex has tried to reinvent herself as a modern humanitarian with a sleek Hollywood polish. But Cookx is perhaps her most obvious misstep, a stylized kitchen set, vague messaging about food equity, and promotional clips that lean more on curated wardrobe than community impact. Even critics outside of Cadwallader and Stewart have questioned whether Markle understands the very causes she aligns herself with or if they're just convenient backdrops to prop up her brand. The Cookx project claimed to focus on empowering underrepresented voices in food, yet featured segments dominated by Markle herself, offering platitudes while barely engaging with the chefs or cultural stories at hand. It didn't help that multiple sources from within the production crew leaked reports of Meghan being difficult, dismissive, and obsessed with optics. One anonymous producer stated, "Every time we suggested real grassroots voices or challenging food justice themes, it was shut down in favor of more glamour shots and shallow narratives." This wouldn't be the first time Meghan's ventures have drawn such criticism. Her Spotify podcast, Archetypes, was discontinued after just one season, reportedly due to creative friction and underwhelming performance metrics. Even Spotify executive Bill Simmons took a swipe, calling Meghan and Harry grifters, a label that's become increasingly hard to shake. Now, with Cookx receiving backlash on a much more public stage, the narrative that Meghan is more focused on self-promotion than sincere activism has been reignited with fresh intensity. Further compounding the controversy is how Meghan reportedly responded to the segment. According to a close Hollywood insider, Meghan was furious, blindsided, and threatened to pull out of future Netflix commitments if the platform didn't issue a public statement defending her show. But Netflix, likely wary of further embarrassment, remained silent. Insiders suggest the streaming giant had already grown cautious about its partnership with the Sussexes following multiple underperforming projects. Meanwhile, Cadwallader's critique went deeper than just poor content. She pointed to inconsistencies in Markle's messaging, highlighting how Cookx featured imported ingredients while preaching sustainability and how scenes allegedly meant to be filmed in community kitchens were actually staged in high-end studios. "This is not community-driven media," Cadwallader said. "This is royal cosplay dressed up as charity." Perhaps the most damning moment came when Stewart, known for his political wit, framed Meghan's media strategy as a case study in activist narcissism. "You can't just sprinkle buzzwords on avocado toast and call it justice," he quipped, igniting a trending quote online that many say could permanently damage the Cookx brand. In the hours following the broadcast, social media exploded with reactions. Critics and commentators alike echoed the sentiment, dubbing the show #CookxFlop and questioning how long Meghan could continue operating within this carefully managed bubble of selective vulnerability and surface-level activism. Some even called on Netflix to cancel the show outright, citing ethical concerns around misleading content and celebrity exploitation of social causes. This latest scandal throws into sharp relief the recurring criticism Meghan Markle faces, a pattern of highly marketed projects that promise change but deliver spectacle. And while her defenders insist she is misunderstood and targeted because of race, gender, or her resistance to tradition, her repeated inability to deliver substance is increasingly speaking louder than her intentions. If Cookx was supposed to be a comeback, it's turned into a cautionary tale. And as Jon Stewart and Carole Cadwallader so deftly demonstrated, the public and the press are no longer buying the performance. This backlash is more than just a temporary blip, it signals a deepening crisis of authenticity surrounding Meghan Markle's post-royal ventures. The Duchess has often portrayed herself as a beacon of modern values, intersectionality, inclusivity, and mental health advocacy. Yet, time and again, critics argue these ideals seem reduced to marketing tools rather than lived commitments. With Cookx, the disconnect became glaring. Instead of empowering marginalized voices in the food justice movement, the show centered Meghan's image and narrative, effectively overshadowing the very communities it claimed to uplift. The fallout also raises questions about Meghan's understanding of the responsibilities that come with her platform. Authentic activism demands humility, transparency, and a willingness to listen, qualities many viewers felt were missing. The show's glossy veneer clashed sharply with the gritty realities of food inequality, making it appear as if Meghan was performing compassion rather than practicing it. Industry insiders warned that if Meghan continues down this path of prioritizing spectacle over substance, she risks not only alienating her audience but also eroding her credibility as an advocate. As the public becomes savvier and more skeptical of celebrity-driven causes, Meghan's brand could be in real jeopardy. The Cookx debacle may well be the turning point where the Duchess's polished image begins to crack, exposing a calculated persona struggling to align with genuine activism.